Hello and welcome to the Legends of Tabletop podcast. We're getting ready to jump into session 3 of season 4 of our DayTrippers / Night Trippers campaign. I'm going to kick it over to Todd and we'll just see what the hell's going on.
Oh my, the world is falling apart. The world is just burning and falling apart. It is a
Todd, we're talking about the game.
Oh, the game. Well, in the game, everything's going great except for these little robots that are trying to kill you. But, one thing at a time, I guess. Let me share a screen with you for a moment. We got this, let's see. We've got where's a good one to show you? Here we go. This is a nice one. This is yesterday morning. This was a really nice day because you could see the sun.
It's gorgeous.
Horribly orange and kind of gray / black. It looks, Sauron-ish, perhaps.
A burnt sky.
Sauron-ish. Yeah, Sauron-esque.
There's a Sauron stank in there, yeah.
But that's what a nice day looks like on this planet. And unfortunately, you didn't actually have a nice day yesterday after you thought successfully evading a bunch of drones that had come out searching for Ulla, an escapee from the city, due to the technology she has in her head that she's very hush-hush about. You found that the entire region had been declared a salvage zone and that there are a bunch of drones coming this way. They were going to target the camp where she lived and everybody had to bail. It was Ulla's fault, and she's kind of been outcast. So she throws in with these guys who just came in through portals from other dimensions. Makes perfect sense. She says, I got a bug out spot. Come with me. They go about 10 miles south where she's got this renovated RV, a little bit of water, a little bit of bathtub booze. They get to drinking, they get to talking, and we were sort of beginning what would be, the getting to know you episode when suddenly we hear this little click whir sound out in front, and there's these little robots. It looks like there's maybe 5 of them, and they're scattered around the yard, and I can show you what they look like. Here's one. Okay, so these little guys are just about a foot tall, and they've sort of gyro-mechanized, so they sort of wobble on those 2 legs, but stay upright, and then their little head pivots, and just as you're looking out the window, you see the little head. I believe it's Trae who had gone to the window. This little head, that little triangle, pivots right toward you, and when it gets a lock on you, it turns green, and the little one next to it starts warming up red. That's a laser.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Nash is out the door. I think he had eyes on one as well. Because when we heard the sound, he grabbed the gun, went to the, door.
You may be standing in the doorway. I don't remember if you literally opened the door or if you're just like looking through the screen or something like that.
Could have been. Yeah, could have been looking through the screen. I think he saw them there.
Yeah. I mean, what I was picturing is you like pulling the slat to one side to peek through.
Yeah, I think Nash might have seen him through the screen. I know Trae had his drone outside, so he had seen him through that as well. Okay,
so there's the click whir, and it's Trae who notices that little one right there has got a lock on you. The others are sort of wobbling around the yard. It doesn't even look like they're particularly like all focused in the same direction. They seem to be like individually moving in their own directions. What's everybody do? I know that Nash and Trae are right up at the window.
Nash, describe to me what's going on. I can't see. Just describe it to me.
There's a robot, a little droid. Its flight lights are flashing.
I am seeing approximately 5 of them.
5 adorable robots.
You think they know we're here?
I know I have a good guess that at least one of them does, yes. And if they have a communication system, no doubt all of them do at this point. However, at the moment, it does not appear as though they are converging.
And at that moment, a little hole appears in the wall right next to the window where Trae was standing a minute ago, and a red beam shoots across and bores a hole out the other side.
Nash shoots.
We are not safe here.
They're not friendly. Reg, they're not friendly.
Oh, they've got lasers. Oh, shit.
Throw that shield over the tank.
Who's shooting? And are you shooting out a window? Are you opening a door? What's going on?
I'd probably shoot right through the door. If I have eyes on it, then I'd probably just shoot it.
You have eyes on it, which is through the glass part of the door. So you're going to break the window?
Yeah, I guess I could just kick it open, right? I mean, it's like a
You're in
trailer,
an RV.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just kicks it over. It just opens fire.
Okay, you're kicking the door open and then shooting Trae. Same question.
Is there more than one way into this RV? I know sometimes they'll have like a door, like a driver's, like a cab doors, and then a
There
back.
is not a cab door, but there is a back door, and there is
Okay.
also an emergency exit in the roof.
Ooh.
And also, the window panels can be kicked out.
Okay. I'll turn to Ulla real quick and just ask her top or back.
Oh, top.
All right. And then so in that case he'll bolt right towards the back door.
Reg, stay put.
Very funny.
Ooh, we're breaking shit already.
Cat.
Okay, so
Jesus.
Did you almost knock your desk over? Oh,
yeah,
no.
what was that?
It's attacking.
The cat knocked the leg off the table. It's fine.
Wow.
What in God's name?
Oh, it's awesome.
You sure know how to breed them out there.
I'm just gonna. Okay, it's fine.
Things just breaking and falling apart all of a sudden. The
I
vibe is
realized
weird.
it was a
y'all.
load-bearing leg that she knocked over. All right, we're back.
All right, so red beam shoots through the RV. Nash is kicking open the door to take a shot. Trae is running toward the back. And you two, Reggie and Ulla? Well, Reggie. You're staying put.
I'm just on. Yeah, I'm just on Jack. I'm trying to just get a lay of the land, see what's going on, and see what's available to me to manipulate.
This is a nice little RV, and there's like a kitchenette that you can pull out the table and pull down the legs, and you could stand. That would be a good place to put you, and everybody could sit around you, and you'd be in the middle, and that would be really nice. That's what you're thinking.
Oh, that's wonderful. Maybe you can put me on the table.
Not now, Reg. Not now.
All right.
Come busy.
Okay. Then, when it was being discussed, up or back, was that an escape route? Am I hearing that right? You want to escape out the back?
Escape/attack route. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then one of the things I'm going to try to do. I'm assuming we can't see all of them clearly. Is that correct? Because we're inside and they're all outside.
That is correct. Trae thinks he counted 5. There could be more.
Okay. I would like to. Find them all and sort of have them appear on little artificial overlays in everybody's eyes, so that we can identify the position of each of these adorable killbots. Is that something I can do? Like I just, I want to just know where they all are. And then point them all out to everyone.
Yeah, although I kind of want to be a little bit anal about this because we're trying to simulate really quick movement right now, right? Everything that has happened, has happened within like 6 seconds. Okay.
Yes.
So we're going to call this two rolls
it.
because it's one to figure out where they are. It's another to send out a message.
I'm doing some heavy like triangulation concentration here. I get it. Yeah.
Mhm.
You are. This is some heavy triangulation via a lucid dream roll, which you're going to have to beat 9 for. And
Okay.
Ulla, what are you doing?
She is going to pop the roof hatch and try to hop up there and get a good beat on them and shoot from up there.
Okay. Trae and Ulla are both spending this whole frame getting out various doors.
Mhm.
You'll not have a chance to actually do anything else this frame. Nash, however, was already right there with a line of sight. As soon as you kick open your door, you do actually get a shot. You see the closest one, the one that just sent a beam through the RV, and a few more scattered around in the yard who don't even seem to have a beat on you yet. It's just this one.
Nice. I like it.
Dumb bots.
All right. They're real small, so neg 1.
All right. Uh-oh. Nash is still getting used to this gun. I have
All right, so and the robot is defending, by the way.
Okay. I got a 5 total because I'm a -1.
And I've got a 5 total. So that is a
Yes,
yes,
but
but. Okay, so you do hit the thing, and it's going to go flying from the. Is it a bullet? Are you firing a shell?
what kind of gun did Ulla give me? Is it a regular like projectile, or is it more of a laser thing in this world?
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it is a plain old shell. In fact, it is a low tech, old school handgun.
Oh, she specifically had given me a rifle.
All right, low tech, old school rifle.
Yeah.
Exactly what it is.
Breech loader or
Now check this out. I share that window. You see, because as you're shooting at it, the thing sort of goes and it pulls down into this small. And so it becomes much harder to hit, much harder to see. You do see it flying. It goes flying several meters back. So you hit it, Nash. You don't know what condition it's in. But when it does that, all of the others turn their heads to look in the direction of their fallen comrade. And they all do the same thing. Bzz, 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 bzz. Now they've all shrunk down to barely bigger than a hockey puck.
Yeah, Nash just yells out, "They got small!"
So they're even more adorable.
They're angry.
Oh.
All right, now it's a new frame. Ulla and Trae, you have made it out your respective doors. Nash, you're also outside. And Reggie, let's see what happened to that roll you were making.
I hit 9 on the dot.
You hit 9 on the dot. Oh,
Yeah.
That's another yes, but you do get a sense of where they all are, but you lose one as soon as it gets. Yeah, to you it feels like it got yanked aside. What actually happened was Nash's bullet. So now you've only got 4 of them, and you lost that one.
Okay.
So now the new frame begins. Ulla, you're like, I imagine, like propped halfway up out the roof. You can take a shot. Trae, you've opened the back panel. You can take a shot. Nash, you can take another shot if you want to. All these guys are going to be at a neg 2 for you, though, because they're so small and hard to see.
What is
Can
that?
I? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, just what is the stat that you use with firearms?
Oh,
It'll
Grace.
be Grace.
Grace. Okay. All right.
how many do I just see one of them as I come out the back?
You see 4.
4.
Oh, Todd, I have a question. As I'm looking over at my sheet, do I still have that -1 to Grace from that shot that I took in the hand, or has that been resolved with the travel and all the other stuff?
You actually have. Well, wait. You got back. You ran to the camp. Then you had to bail. Took half an hour to get here. You've been here for only half an hour. You saw the explosions go off. You talked for maybe another half hour. It's been tops 2 hours since you were wounded. Time's actually moved really fast.
Okay, I'm gonna re-roll then because I rolled 3.
Could I pull something from the yet to be released core complete in terms of actions and take a -2 to do 2 shots?
Oh yeah.
All right.
So you're gonna be -4 then for both?
I'm gonna be at -4, yeah.
Okay, so you're calling the first shot, whichever is the harder action. They're both equally hard. That's
Yeah.
the main one, and you need to get a yes and to guarantee success on both.
Gotcha.
And you need to beat 4.
Can me like making them more visible help at all in that regard?
Sure.
I was trying to like make it like a
Cast fairy fire.
yeah. Thank you. I was just thinking that. Didn't want to say it though. Reggie fire.
So Reggie, for you, that would be you have to beat 8.
Okay. You want me to? Okay.
Lose the dreaming roll.
All right. I'll do it. So like a help maybe.
Yeah, but just because of the way things went, and Trae was already in position, so he did his thing before you do
Okay.
yours.
All right. Yeah. All right. Cool. You want me to do it now?
I want to see what Trae's roll
We'll
is
wait
right
to see
now.
what Trae's roll.
Well, I got an 8, but -4 brings me down to 4.
Oh, that's a yes, but
So that's a yes, but.
yeah. So you
So
hit
I'm
one of them.
assuming I just get one of the shots off then.
You hit one of them. Yeah, I'm going to take the second one as a but. The second one's just a miss by a mile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that one goes ricocheting back again. These things are pretty light, probably like a pound, 2 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes flying backwards from the weight of your shot. And Ulla, you can do the same thing. You need to beat a 4.
Okay, so I rolled a 6.
Nice.
I have
And you have
plus 2
you
on my
have-
firearms.
Okay, so you get a +2 for the skill. You get a -2 because the weapon's so small. I mean, the target's so small, which leaves us at 6, which is
And
better
then-
than 4. So we hit.
Okay.
so yes
okay.
and.
All right.
Okay.
That is a yes and. So you hit one of them, and something fortuitous happens.
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna say like probably. What do I want to have happen here? So maybe it like just partially kind of explodes and it just like rams into another one. It doesn't like damage it. It just like knocks, like sends it like, ass over tea kettle, like rolling
Oh, there were
across
2
the
that
ground.
were kind of close to each other, and one of them
Yeah.
ricocheted into the other one,
Yeah.
and it actually knocked it into a compost pile.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
I believe that. Okay, so now Reggie's going to do his roll, and Nash still
Yeah.
has a shot.
I got a 6. No, I'm sorry. I rolled a 6. No, I got a 6 because my firearm skill is +2. So negate the 2. So I got a
Oh.
6 total. 6 total.
Damn, I only rolled a 2. Damn good job on that. I'm going to say you tracked the same one that you bounced back several meters. You kept your eye on it and just fucking hit it again, and it blows into bits.
Nice.
Nice
Got one.
shot. You did it.
One down. What's the status of the other ones?
Well, Todd, I have a 9 again on a roll to do this, and just to avoid this
I
whole.
won. Okay.
What?
So that is a yes. What happens at this moment is the 4, except for the one that Nash just blew up, begin glowing with this pinkish purple light that radiates for just like 12 inches. And they look like little glowing flowers. Lotus blossoms that you get at the 4th of July. It's sort of like glowing in the street. Little sparks shooting from the center. And you can absolutely clearly get a beat on now. That takes the -2 away. However,
Thank you. That's yes. Yeah.
as we move into the next frame, something surprising happens. You hear a human voice from out there in the darkness, and he screams, "Stop! Stop! Oh my God, Fred! You killed Fred!"
This is just unacceptable. This is.
Do we
I think
keep shooting?
I think Nash yells out, "Who the fuck are you? And what are these things doing here?" Like, gun up, pointed in the direction of the voice. I don't know that I can see the guy, but like
the voice, they ain't gonna hurt you. They ain't gonna hurt you. You're too
they're
big.
trying to fucking shoot us.
Laser beams! Laser beams!
The guy comes out into the yard.
Outside of the one shot that they took into the RV, have they shot at us after that?
No.
All right.
Nash yells, "Trae, stand down! Stand down!"
I'll register all that. Pistol still out, scanning. But
The guy
yeah,
steps forward and he says, "Just hold where you are.
I mean,
I'm the Terminator. No, I'm the Terminationer."
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh god, he doesn't know. Okay.
Look, buddy, you call yourself whatever you want, but I got 3 guns trained on you. So tell me what the fuck is going on right now.
They're not gonna mess with you. You're too big. They're just looking for food. They're just looking for food. You're too big. Please put your weapons down.
Turn them off.
Shit, you're alpha, beta, gamma, come, and all the little robots start coming toward him, except for Fred. He's got like one little leg kicking in the air, and the guy looks at him. "Oh, Fred, what have they done to you?" The guy's gonna cry. He is about to legit cry right now.
Let's call him on his bluff. Let's let him cry. Let him cry.
So I think Nash just like yells over his shoulder, like he doesn't use Ulla's name, but he says, "Do you know this guy? Is this?
Do I know this guy?
No, you've never seen this guy before.
No fucking clue.
The guy
She's just,
wipes
like,
the tear from his
staring,
eye.
like, open mouth, like.
He takes a deep breath and turns to face Nash, who's the closest person to him.
He's looking at the barrel of my rifle.
Okay, now he does have a handgun, by the way. And but he's give me a brains roll, Nash.
All right.
in the meantime, Trae will have the
6,
drone
baby.
kind of pacing against the other guys, but I'll have my pistol trained on Terminatrix or whatever his name is.
Terminatrix.
So the Terminationer, he's holding his gun, threatening Nash, but Nash realizes that the safety's on, and his finger isn't even over the trigger. This guy has no fucking idea how to hold a gun.
Yeah, I mean, if he twitches funny, he's getting shot. Like, it's not.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would like to take whatever ammunition is out of his weapon and make it
got his
disappear.
gun on. He's like, "Look, honest mistake. Mistakes happen. I say, you back away and we back away. Right? No harm, no foul. You don't want to run foul of the Terminationer."
Terminationer. That's what you
for a
said.
minute to how to say his name right.
Yeah.
What are you doing out here? Are you all by
Seeking out a
yourself?
survival in the Badlands. It's what I
Why?
do.
I see that. You're doing a marvelous job, really. She's just kind of like.
Yeah.
So she hops down from the roof and kind of like walks out front.
Charm, Ulla. What's your charm? And are you trying to, like, I don't know, impress, seduce, somehow manipulate him?
No, she's just
straight up sarcasm.
just straight up sarcasm. Yeah, it was just I think she couldn't help herself because she was like, "This is ridiculous." She does, however,
you know what?
kind of
He
looking
does
at
not-
over.
He does not register your sarcasm at all. He takes it as an actual compliment, and he sort of smiles and he tosses his hair, and he's like, "I have done pretty good.
Jesus.
How long have you been out here?
I've been out here." Oh, he looks up like he's calculating some vast number, And he goes, almost a month now.
As soon as he kind of looks up and starts to turn and starts to speak, Trae is going to pounce on him. I'm going to like run up, kick him in the back of the knee, and try to knock that pistol out of his hand.
Oh my. Okay, well, I can't say that he's doing something else because there's some distance between. He's going to see you coming.
Oh, yeah.
You've got to clear 6-8 feet at least.
That's
so
fine.
he's going to see you coming. This is a grace roll plus any applicable skill for you.
I have my Sistema.
And I'm just trying to get the fuck out of your way. Beat a 5.
That
Nash,
is
you'll-
a 6.
Trae, stop it!
That is a yes. So whatever you wanted to do, you have exactly done it. Tell me.
There you go. Yeah, I basically want to like run up and kind of throw a foot into the back of his knee. And as he goes to flail, just knock his hand to get the pistol out of his hand.
That's exactly what happens. The pistol goes flying, and the Terminationer goes down on his butt.
Does the pistol fly towards me? Because then I'll just bend down and pick it up.
Yeah.
It flies kind of towards you. You have to move a couple meters to pick it up.
Oh yeah, I mean he wasn't really a threat, I guess, already anyway. So yeah, like Nash, shoulders the rifle, picks up the pistol, ejects the magazine, clears the chamber.
Trae will stand over the guy with the pistol facing at his head and like look to, because Nash has been kind of upset with the last few guys I've killed. So he'll like look to Nash and then look back to the guy and look to Nash again.
Trae, what do you not understand about stand down? Stand down. I said stand down. What? I was handled.
The
guy-
pistol holster.
Okay, the guy, wait. Because you turn a little bit to look at Nash. The guy grabs the barrel of your gun. He's holding it right against his head. And he says, do it. You
No.
can't
No,
kill
don't do
No,
it.
don't. That's the
do
wrong.
it.
That's the wrong person. No, don't, Trae.
Finger off the trigger.
This is. We're learning. Well, you know what? We're making progress. I like this. This is good. This was a good test for
fuck's
Trae.
Trae,
And
we've
we're
been here
making
for like 2 hours. Like, well, I'm sorry. Like he doesn't apologize to the guy. So, well, I'm sorry.
I'm just learning all sorts of things. All right, so Terminationer. You've been out here for a month and you're still alive, so bravo. You're by yourself. Interesting. So what brings you out here? And what are you doing?
Apparently he's not doing anything.
He can't. He's speechless. He's
Paralyzed
Speechless.
with fear.
He shot his bravery load on the whole grab the gun and say do it, and now he's just silenced.
He's just
We have a
peeing
new
little
pet.
bit now.
We have a pet.
I have charmed him into silence.
Charmed the shit out of him.
Just
Today's
dumbfounded.
negotiation is going to be, I will let you live if you give me one of the bots.
Why stop
Well,
the
you
fun?
can always repair the one that I accidentally destroyed.
True.
I mean,
Very true.
Probably. Yeah.
accidentally.
Ooh,
The one that I.
And then we can
destroyed.
take Reggie and put Reggie on it.
Oh, so it could carry him around. I like that.
That's wonderful.
That sounds like a giant spider baby, and that's gross.
that is
Giant
gross.
mechanical spider
Yes.
baby.
You're totally
Sounds
right.
disgusting.
That would be very unsettling for anyone else we come upon. I feel like the reverse baby Bjorn was maybe a little more, like understandable, but by having me atop an adorable killbot spider baby would be, it'll cause more problems than it's worth.
Well, but you don't have like a spider thing, right? We're good. Like if we could try to hook that up, right?
You mean what? Like, do I have a fear of spiders?
Yeah, but could you like lucid dream the whole thing as like a spider, so it looks like we've got a big spider?
Oh, damn. Yes. The answer to your question is yes. And I will do so now.
System crash.
Wait a minute. Never mind. Todd, I just lucid dreamed an entire spider body for myself. It just happened. There's not much I can do about it.
He rolled a 12. We're good.
You rolled a 12.
Yep. I gave him a +2 bonus for awesome.
Yeah. Just for awesome. Straight up awesome.
He's got the gun. He's holding it to his head. He says, "Do it." And just as I was cut off, he was saying, "You think I'm scared to death?"
Oh, he missed Ulla's whole thing. Then you want to go again?
Sure. What did I say? Ulla says, so
Terminationer.
Right. You've been out
I
here
bring termination. Get it?
I mean, get off your high
I
horse.
don't
You
actually.
forgot your own name. So
Push the gun into his head a little bit and say, "Quiet."
And all the little robots, by the way, are sitting around him like in a semicircle, like little puppies.
Little puppies.
that's
Oh,
cute.
Precious, yes. So you've been out here for a month and you've managed to survive. Bravo. Well done. What brings you out here? Why are you here?
Just want to get away from it all. Just the
You're
rapid,
vacationing.
No, I'm never going back. Fuck my dad. I don't need this shit.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, you ran away from home. How old does he look, Todd?
Brains roll?
Brains roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Need a 3.
I got a 3.
You'd say 19.
All right, so his this part is not fully
He's a
developed
little puppy.
prefrontal cortex problems.
It's
Okay,
going to be
got
a
it.
lot less fully developed in about.
Right. Your frontal lobe is in direct.
Oh, geez.
Your frontal lobe is in direct danger.
You can't afford to sacrifice that lobe, son.
So she's like, oh, all right. And she kind of does the like Trae, put your weapon down thing with him.
De-escalate.
Like even she
He'll kind of
gets
look
it.
around to everybody else and he'll holster it. He's still standing over, like ready to put the guy down again.
Yeah.
But yeah,
When he starts to say something smarmy and sarcastic, like I get it, she just looks at him with fairly deadly seriousness and says, "Don't make me regret my decision." Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, what is your... I'm just trying to figure out what's your charm?
2.
Go ahead and give me a charm roll. Let's see how high you get.
4.
Yeah, not bad, not great. Okay, look, you don't know my life, and I'm sorry if my boss shot up your van. But I'm doing fine. I'm just gonna go back to my tent, okay?
Well, just so you're aware, and it might be important soon, they've designated some unknown area very close to here as
No, you
What
do
is
know
it?
this. There are bands surrounding the city, 10 kilometers wide. Is the second band was the one where the camp was. So you've moved at least 10 kilometers south. You're now 3 bands out. So the second band, that is from 10 to 20 kilometers, a ring around the city, is the zone.
Okay. Well, she will warn him then that this band has been designated as what do they call it?
It's a salvage zone.
Salvage zone. That's right. So just don't go get yourself killed in the salvage zone.
I don't think they'll come out this far.
Oh, I'm just letting you know in case you get any closer.
I don't think they care about anything out this far. I don't think. I mean, they don't care about the tunnel people. Why would they care about anything out here?
What tunnel people?
The tunnel people, left them to die.
I don't know, actually. I'd love to hear. Would you like a drink? You look like the sort that would like a drink.
He gathers up all the little bots. They're like little hockey puck size now, and he shoves them into various pockets. And he says, "I would love a drink."
She's like, come in. Tell me about these tunnel people. I'm very curious. She just ushers them into the room.
Okay, so
Nash shrugs. This isn't our world.
Yeah.
he comes into the RV, and the first thing he sees is this baby in a jar.
Mhm.
Hello.
Oddly enough, he makes his psyche roll, and he goes, hi. He sits down next to the baby in the jar.
Are you the Terminationer?
That's me. Ah, you've heard of me.
Nope, I have not. I just heard you say your own name and fumble through it a few times, and I thought it was quite charming.
My name will be known. Just you watch. What's your name?
My name is Reggie.
Hi, Reggie. He's trying to figure out how to shake your hand.
It's all right. There's no hand. You can we'll just say we did it. We
Just
shook.
fist bump through the glass, man.
When fist bump through the glass. When everybody else comes in, the Terminationer is sitting there having a conversation with the jar baby.
You're taking this in stride. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh,
And then I try to make a fist bump him through the glass. Can I move my fist like that?
Yeah, you can. Of course you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a little bump, bro.
This might be something I've missed about this entire scenario, but am I like in charge of my own movements in my body, or am I a floating amniotic?
Yeah, you're a baby.
Oh, you can. You're open. You look around. You can.
Oh, this just got a whole lot better for me, John. Okay, yeah, I swirl around.
You know what? I
give him the crazy eye, and I fist bump him through the glass.
That's my fault. That's my bad right there.
No, John, it's most likely me just being clueless. But it's that's what I do. I swirl around in the fluid. I give him the old, crazy eye and fist bump him on the glass.
He's like, "Hey, this jar baby's all right."
Jar baby. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna write that down. And Reggie writes it down on the notepad he has in the fluid.
No, it doesn't
No?
surprise
Okay,
me
I went
at
too
all,
far.
'cause, I've seen all that. I've seen all that stuff. He's like, now that he's got a drink in his hand, he's acting like, he's like casually relaxing, like, I don't know, like that scene in Jaws where they're all drinking and talking about their scars, right? Just being manly.
I don't like that foreshadowing.
He sort of stretches his arms back and man spreads on the chair a little bit. And he says, "Oh yeah, I've seen all that. My dad, he works for Global Nation. And they got to deal with Nutrex. They're growing people in jars, just like this one."
Oh shit! You've got there's more jar babies at your dad's place?
Well, it ain't as fancy as your jar, Reggie. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, my jaw's pretty fancy. Custom made unit I've got here.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think it has
cool.
to do with the Mars colony. What's it called? I forget the name.
You're on Mars?
Oh no, I kind of like to go there though. I think, yeah.
Well, I mean that you pretty much swore off your dad. I mean, maybe your dad could have said something else like that.
No, I'm gonna make my name for myself out here. When I come back to that city, it's gonna be in glory, and my dad is gonna apologize.
Right.
I don't know if that's going to go the way you think it is.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. So you're saying your father works for Global Nation? What was that?
Mhm. Yeah, we have what you need. Biggest brand in the world. Now, Global Nation is basically if you took Walmart and Amazon and merged them together into one gigantic global corporation and then let that run for 100 years while it devoured all of its competitors.
Cool.
Hey, Todd, can you not give Jeff Bezos any more ideas?
Oh, I think he's had this one already.
Yeah, he's working on it. All right. So, all right. What is this about the tunnels? You were saying
Actually, put like half of the stuff in here. He's pointing like it's like there's an ashtray and that television, right? He's pointing out all the Global Nation products. Everybody has them.
Yeah. So, what is with these tunnel people? You were about to say.
Oh, well, before the devastation, that's what I call it, the devastation. It's like it has like a capital D, probably a capital T also, capital T D, the devastation. I'm gonna write a book about it or make a movie. I'm gonna be famous. My dad is gonna be so fucking sorry. He can suck my nuts.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what's going to happen. So
I don't want to think about that anymore.
Ulla's just drinking.
They were in the construction project. They were trying to build that tunnel, going to extend all the way to the city. They only had 10, 15 miles left to go, but then the devastation came, and boy, that was it. No one came to get them. No one came to. They're still down there.
What do they do down there?
They got a whole city down there.
They're just kind of living their best lives in the sewers.
I don't, can I get another drink?
Nice.
He knocks it back like in a swig, and then he's coughing for a little bit.
Reggie looks around frantically for some sort of input that drinks could be poured into. Did I do that? Did I do that?
The Terminationer is a loner. He works alone. He doesn't hang out with the moles underground. He doesn't hang out with the conformists in the city. Terminationer makes his own path.
Terminationer, do you know where the tunnels start? Like, is there an access out here anywhere that you're aware of?
Yeah, that's like maybe a click and a half east of here.
Oh, yeah?
Well, it's supposed to go right up, straight due north. We're almost straight due south of the city right now. See, and the construction project, it was going to take another year.
So
he's really fuzzy now. He's like losing track of his words and everything mid-sentence. It's like this guy has never actually had 2 shots.
So when you say that before the devastation, like which devastation are we talking about?
Well, when the sky turned red and the reality fracture started, that's where I figure he gestures at Reggie. That's where I figure you come from, right?
You thought that's where that I came. I came from Global Nation.
You sure? No, from a reality fracture, right? You're one of them.
Reggie kind of looks around, unsure if he should.
I seen much weirder shit than you, Reggie. Don't worry about it. Can I get another drink?
Yeah. At that, Trae will actually pop up and is. You have seen other people come through their rifts?
Oh shit! I would not call them people. No, sorry, Bob. No, they're dark, scary. They're like they just come flying at you like the darkness itself, like night trippers. That's what they are.
We all knowingly look at the camera and then look away.
Front kick the fourth wall down.
Ulla's the only one that's like, what the fuck?
So
they're like demons.
Let's go.
They're like made of blackness, and they come to this world to take people back to their world. You don't want to see them.
My God.
Well, you haven't seen anything like that, have you?
Oh no.
Never heard of such a thing.
I think I would remember such a terrible, awful, insane thing.
Are we the first ones that you've seen come through one of these fractures?
Yes, I've seen people that disappeared into fractures, but I've never seen anyone come out.
All right.
You're the first.
Did they disappear into those fractures?
People come in and people. Hell yeah. They're like a hallway to a whole other world. I mean, it's more than a whole other world. It's like a whole other reality, man.
Ulla, though, when you see them go through the fractures, is it like by choice or are they sort of taken?
Oh, it's because they appeared and sucked them in. They fall in. It's an accident.
There
As
was
far
that
as
one
I
guy
know.
who just jumped.
All right, there was
Okay,
one. There
all
was
right.
one guy who jumped, but otherwise,
All right, so there's people who leave voluntarily, then there's people who are taken by shadowy blackness, like blackness covered people.
and well, the people weren't taken. They just fell in. There was just like it was like a black
Right.
hole opening, and then sucked them in, and then they were gone.
Yeah, right. But I'm trying to build like an understanding of the different events here. So there's the what stuff that you've seen, and then there's the stuff that the Terminationer here has seen, and
Mhm.
we're building an understanding, and I'm still sort of
Not
kinda
trying to
curious.
hide at all. Like, I'm not trying to whisper or anything. He'll say, I do not believe what this man is saying.
Before
There's
we
also
address
that.
that,
I'll take you to see the tunnel people. Fuck you, bro.
Oh, I do believe you about the tunnel people, and you are definitely taking us to see them. I do not believe you about the demons coming out of the rift.
Oh, you mean the night trippers? Well, you know what? You better pray. Never come and get you, man. They'll took my dog.
did,
Oh,
did the
no.
did the tunnels reach the city? You said it didn't, right?
No. It was supposed to, but that was 2-3 years ago.
Hmm.
They
Do you
left
know
them
if
out here
there
to
is
die,
any
bro. That's what I'm
infrastructure that
saying.
reaches
They left
between the
the
tunnels
whole-
to the
They
city?
left the whole work crew out here. Didn't even send a drone to see if they was okay.
There
Sounds
has
about
to
right.
be some sort of infrastructure between the tunnel and the city. They could not have simply left it unfinished.
Well,
You
they were
think
in
they
the
would've-
middle of, what is that? The boring thing, the machine that drills the tunnels, but it never finished.
You think they would have drilled from both directions, right? It would have been quicker than just sending a machine out here to drill back to the city. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Well, unless
I'm
they didn't
not a
want to do it.
city engineer, man. I don't. I try to stay away from anything that smacks of their hegemony. Can I get another drink?
Mate, mate,
She's like,
maybe take a
Nash
second.
nods, right? Like if we get him
Oh.
drunk and passed out, then we can like actually talk.
And then I can take all his bots.
Anybody got any zoom? Am I right?
Okay, well, he has had 3 shots, and he's wobbling like this. Even when he's not talking, he's just sort of wobbling.
yeah, she's kind of like, I don't really want him to puke in my house.
I mean, that's fair.
So tunnel people.
Looks like a true mom, by the way. That's like, I ain't cleaning that up.
No, it's terrible. So tunnel people, there are night tripper demons coming out of rifts, stealing people. What else have you seen? of
And
interest out
dogs.
here?
And
And
dogs took Fluffy.
By far and away the most important point. But beyond that, what else have you seen out here?
What have you seen on her?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's salvage.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a name for myself in salvage. That's what I'm going to do, to collect electronic parts and lots of gasoline and put them all together and make something. It's going to be so fucking big. My dad is going to suck my dick.
Man.
You seem kind of hung up on this this whole dad thing. I don't have, like, I can't think of anything. I would love to make a psychology check to like fucking calm this kid down. Be like, here's the thing,
I
you
mean,
get
at
to a
this point,
certain
he's
age
just
that-
drunk. So
yeah.
You got a very specific theme about your hatred of your father, and it's kind of, you're really hung up there, bud.
The guy's an ass. The guy is a piece of plastic man. The guy's not even a man. A real man does what's necessary to fend for his survival of his family and his dog. And You didn't treat him like shit.
I don't. Oh.
This guy has like a twisted Oedipus complex where he like hates his dad but also wants to sleep with his dad.
Yeah, it seems
Weird.
kind of like that.
Okay.
He also tells you, there's a lot of rats and lizards around. Like if you're hungry, don't worry. These, where'd they go? Oh shit, my bots.
They're in your pockets.
Oh, you're right. And he pulls it. This is Alpha, and he puts a little bot on the table, and it opens up, and it's got the 3 little legs, and it sort of stands up, and its head pops up and looks around at all of you.
Did you build those yourself?
Oh no, these are Tougher brand, straight off the shelves. These babies are cool.
Oh, okay.
You use a laser for salvage? Is that what these things are for?
Oh, this is for shooting rats, lizards, rats, sometimes a snake. That's how I hunt for food. These are my hunters right here. Oh shit. He looks at Nash. He doesn't know whether to cry or punch you in the face right now. He's just remembered you killed Fred.
It's all right. Just, I would cry. I wouldn't try to punch Nash in the face right now.
Like Nash is just like kind of like sitting like on the edge of the table with his leg, one leg kind of like off, just kind of sitting taking all this in.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Okay, so you see that look on the kid's face and you're not sure which way it's going to go. And then he raises a hand and he smacks your foot off the table. That's like as far as he'll let himself go.
I'm going to punch him.
It's probably not a good idea.
I got to punch him at that point.
Well, you know what? He doesn't know you're coming, so all you got to do is beat a 2.
Ulla, I'll clean up the mess. Ulla, I'll go clean it up.
That's a 6. Or sorry, 5. So
that is a yes and. So you just cold cocked the Terminationer and
you knock him out.
Okay, yeah, can I just knock him out?
Just put him.
yeah, he falls
down.
right out of his chair. His
Yeah.
head hits the linoleum and boom, he's gone. He's out
There
like
you
a
go.
light.
And Nash just goes, I'm gonna let that one go. That was okay.
It's probably good for him to sleep this off.
And then I'm
for a
going to
little
take
while.
Alpha.
Trey, it's a very unconventional sort of bot steal this time. Okay, I like it. This is
Well, so we've got new information then, right? We've
Sure.
got a ton of people out this way, but look, I know we haven't had a whole lot of time, so maybe Reggie's better to explain this. But so Ulla,
Wait,
the
let me
world
ask
is-
because it sounds like we're about to drift into a montage or something.
not
and-
a montage. I mean, he wants to explain what's happening, right? Like, if
Okay,
you
but
want to
so
say this,
my
separate,
question is, what do we do with the kid on the floor?
we leave him there.
we make him comfortable. Is there a pillow or something? Maybe a
I
blanket.
mean, it's up to Ulla. I mean, ultimately, Trae, will actually look over at Ulla because this is her abode.
yeah.
So
I mean, okay, what she does is she rifles through all of his pockets, looks for any strange tattoos, other technology that we weren't
Nice.
expecting. Basically, she's trying to figure out if this guy's a plant.
Okay. You do find a city ID card.
Mhm.
He has an excellent credit rating. He has an excellent reputation score. His real name is Ken Erstlinger.
Okay.
He has a passcode for the Global Nation Products headquarters.
Ooh,
It's a card, pass card,
okay.
and it says advertising department.
Oh.
Okay.
He has a raised circular pattern on the back of his left arm. It's about the size of a quarter. And give me a brains roll.
Okay. 5.
Oh yeah. This is an ident chip. It's a RFID tag from Carter Blue Life Insurance Company. So if anything happens to him, a medical drone comes out to pick him up.
All right.
Oh, and there's one other thing that he has that you and Trae might be slightly interested in. The biggest thing in his backpack, in fact, it's the Tougher Lifesaver 3000. It's sort of a bougie wannabe camper's delight of a system. It's a broad range scanner with a long range microfrequency hub and 1 kilometer range.
Oh.
I think we probably take that, right?
It's got settings for UV, infrared, heat sensor, light sensor, emergency medical alert. It's built for rich people who want to go to the wasteland for a couple days and pretend that they're rugged.
This kid's on vacation.
So I mean, at this point, we if Ulla lets us know, this guy's probably getting picked up in an hour by a med droid, so he doesn't need any of this.
Brain roll, Trae.
I mean, he's only knocked out, right? I mean, he's still breathing.
It's gonna be 5.
Yeah. Oh. Now you know why he wasn't scared of your bullet. You could put a bullet in his head, and in 5 minutes there'd be a medical drone to pick him up and resuscitate.
Right.
From the bullet in head?
Oh, med bays are amazing these days.
Yeah, that's true.
Didn't Reggie survive 2 bullets in the head?
Reggie actually has been shot in the head.
Oh, that was all a dream. That wasn't real. None of that happened. Just look, I'll show you. And Reggie makes it all clear that it was a dream.
No, I will show you the footage I have of the wounds.
Oh, we tried that before, didn't we? And what happened there? I would just be a baby in a jar being shot.
And then the last.
Oh God, that's horrible! I don't think made it work.
A little fob. It's about the size of a car fob, with a couple buttons on it and the shield logo. And again, I guess Ulla can give me a brains roll. I don't know if anybody else would know this shit. Nash, actually, you might, because you're a far from the city kind of guy.
Okay.
4.
Yeah, both Nash and Ulla recognize the shield logo and the little shape that's on it. It's a stylized tent. Shield is another camping equipment company, high-end kind of stuff. This is a fob for his automatic tent.
Wow.
Good God.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. I think we have some. Yeah, we
take all this stuff, right?
Yeah, all of this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Trae will actually say, we have approximately 5 minutes before a medical droid comes and resuscitates him.
What do you think? I mean, he's only knocked out.
No, but it will still have potentially registered the trauma. And he will more than likely come.
To be accurate, it does depend on exactly what policy he has, but this guy looks like a platinum policy. Dude.
I don't want to risk it though.
Well, we can drag him outside.
We can probably take the drone, right? I mean, that's information, right? When it comes, can we do that?
No, we don't want to do that because they'll track where it's going, and if you take the insurance droid, they'll know that something happened.
Right. That's smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's just leave him outside.
That's fair.
By the way, all the little drones, because you went through all of his pockets, so all of the little killbots have their names stenciled on them. There's Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, and Epsilon. And then the last one, apparently he didn't know the Greek letter, so he named it Fred.
That's so unimaginative. Frag, you should tell him all about your naming conventions for your little mind bots. When he wakes up.
So
it matters now. Fred is but a memory.
Yeah, this has been destroyed.
There's I don't know, like a bed of a truck, like an old broken down truck or something that we can just put him in, essentially.
Oh, yeah, there's lots of, I'm imagining, since it's an RV that you found, this is actually the edge of a suburban neighborhood, and you're on the outskirts of it, so it's like where there's more ranch-style houses and bigger lots. Mm-hmm. And so there's probably some burnt-out cars and trucks, yeah.
Yeah. So just find bed of a truck to put him in, so that like the body's not just like out on the ground somewhere. It's kind of, she feels a little guilty.
Cover him up with a tarp or something.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I don't want to just leave him completely. But she is, does she think that without all of his gear, he can still get an emergency evacuation, essentially?
Oh, that's in his body. It's an RFID chip.
Okay. So she's not worried about him not having his gear and not being able to get back. And okay. He might be stupid enough to try and stay, but that's not her problem.
I mean, it would take him basically all day, but he could walk back to the city.
Yeah. Well, she's just going to assume that he's going to hit his emergency eject button, and if he doesn't, that's on him, and that's his fault because he has the option to save his skin. But if he doesn't,
yeah, that makes sense.
Decisions, choices.
This can't be the first time he's been out here and had all this shit stolen from him.
And that's probably the third or fourth time he's been out here.
He's used to it at this point. He knows the game. He knows the story.
Oh, I love it. You guys are sitting here like getting to know each other, seeing Ulla's thought process and how it works, all bonding over this not dead, but passed out teenager.
I mean, it's clear, right? I mean, we were ready to give him a chance, but it's clear now going rifling through his belongings that this kid's fine. He's going to be all right.
He's just on vacation.
Whatever Ulla doesn't grab, Trae will take.
And I have this pistol.
This guy is going back home with nothing in his pockets.
Oh,
he is super lucky that I'm not taking the RFID chip out of his arm right now.
Yeah, he's gonna have to run back to daddy, blow him, or whatever the hell he wants to do.
If he didn't have that PID card on him, like I would have, I knew he probably would have had a sensor on him somewhere that I would have ripped out of his body. So
quick question. Do we really want to take his droids? I'm only asking because they seem to be his pets.
I'd like to defer to Trae on matters of drones and all drone activity.
I know you want all of this.
The kid has already lost a dog, for Christ's sake.
I know, it's his pet.
Trae, do you think you could fix up Fred?
Not in the...
How about if you just...
how damaged does Fred look?
Well, now
shot him pretty good.
Twice. Yeah.
Right.
You know what though? You might be able to do it, Trae. It would take a day. You'd have to scavenge around for some wires and stuff, but you might be able to do it.
Any way that I can use some of the stuff that I already got from the from Ulla's camp, like the previous camp, to use to fix that thing up? Or
you have one intel worth of electronics gear, and if you wanted to burn it, it could be exactly what you need to fix this thing.
I see John nodding his head at me.
I do whatever you want.
Phyllis, like, let's have a little bit of a conscience, guys. Just a little.
But we're taking.
I know he'll look at Alpha and then put Alpha down and walk over and pick Fred up and stick Fred in his pack.
I mean, Ulla's right. They are kind of like his pet. Like the other stuff's replaceable, right? I mean,
right.
Just pets. All right, so we're just gonna leave him with his pets, and besides which, they have little lasers so they can keep him protected in case anything comes after him in the meantime, right? All right, awesome. Okay, so
who's taking the broad range scanner? Are we taking the tent fob?
Yes, because we know where we know roughly where his tent is.
He gestured in that direction, and it's not far.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about his cards and stuff, his ID?
Do we think we need that for any reason?
Well, we can chat Mac at least once, right?
Well, here's the thing.
The one time it would allow you, if you wanted, to get into the Global Nation Products building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing. As soon as he goes back, he's going to get a new ID, and the old one will be unusable.
It'll be burnt.
Right? So
maybe. You think he's that smart? He might not even tell him that he lost it. Dad'd be mad and he'd have to suck his dick or whatever.
Hey, this is on him. He conjured up these images, all right? We're just playing around with the things that he said.
I do believe that it will give us at least a temporary time to use his card. Eventually, yes, he will have it replaced. But I do believe that there will be a small window of time that will until that will happen.
All right. Well, I suppose if there's ever, if we need to get in for some, all right, fine. Just take it.
Which I mean, you're thinking about like getting to know each other, which we can segue into that montage anytime if you want to, because he ain't waking up anytime soon.
Yeah.
But I mean, Ulla, you're noting some interesting things about Trae's mental processes as well. Because as far as you know, Global Nation Products has nothing to do with any of your backstories, and yet Trae is mercenary or opportunist enough to see some potential value in breaking into this place. So it's like, wow, that's pretty hardcore, actually, if you think about it. It's like, hey, I came across an ident card. I may use it, actually.
It's a resource.
Sure.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's not as though we're going to do them any harm by taking whatever we could stuff in our pockets. So whatever.
I mean, whatever we can at this point.
Yeah. All right. So let's leave him out here, and then we can go back to my place and at least, I suppose, talk for a bit. Still, I think we're still safe there to rest for the night. Kind of like she looks a little like.
Yeah, right. Like,
Well,
I don't think the Terminationer blew our cover or anything. I think.
No.
I think
Well, look, we can sleep in shifts. We can snag his tent in the morning. I don't know if it pays to go look for tunnel people
I
or
do
not.
believe we would want to clear this area, at least for now, until the med bot comes and picks him up.
Yeah,
So
but is he
wants
going to
to
remember
do a
where
sweep?
this is?
He had a lot of alcohol.
Well, but if there is potential that the medbot could have sensors on it that could detect our presence, and I do not believe that would be a good thing.
Maybe I can.
That sounds a little paranoid. It's possible, but a little
Well,
paranoid.
when we see this thing coming, Todd,
Yep.
can I make us disappear from the sensors?
Maybe.
Okay, I'd like to try that.
I mean, Nash is less concerned, right? Because if push comes to shove, we could either kill him or the bot and then bounce, right? Like, it's not. I mean, he's not up for murder necessarily, but the kid is also in that weaponless. So, like, what's he going to do?
All right.
Oh yeah. I forgot about his gun.
I have it.
And the reason I forgot about it is, well, when you were searching his body. And the reason I forgot about it is it's not a real gun.
Oh, okay.
This
Well, then
little
toss it.
Toy.
Yeah.
It's not even like a replica. It's an actual toy.
Well, it is a replica. It doesn't actually
Okay,
shoot
I thought he
anything.
was saying like he bought
like
a
a
toy
model.
gun.
It's like a model gun. He thought he'd scare you with it.
Actually, you know what, Nash?
So retcon when Nash goes to unload the chamber, and he's like, motherfucker.
But he probably keeps it, right? Because who knows whether or not that may come in useful at some point.
Oh.
We
All right,
don't,
so
you know
have
what I
a
mean?
replica handgun.
Yeah. So once we get all settled back in, then Nash like, look, I don't know how much you know about like what's going on. So from where we come from, right? It's Earth, but it's not this Earth. Obviously, there's the world. There's a multiverse, so there's any number of Earths. There's any number of timelines. There's dream worlds. We were DayTrippers, what they call DayTrippers in this other existence. So we were able to slip between these worlds to fulfill various missions. Reggie and I had both been in the military. Previously, we worked as DayTrippers doing different missions. Trae's actually not been with us very long. He joined us right as we left our previous employer. I don't know. We were on a mission. We we picked up. We were at a dream world. We picked up a cat person by the name of Charlie. He played a trick on us as we were coming back to our home Earth and sidestepped us into a different reality, a different universe, and we never made it back. And as we were trying to get back, things progressively got worse. Worlds were destroyed. Right before we came here, we were attempting to day trip back to our own timeline. And as we were getting ready to jump out, copies of ourselves or ourselves from that timeline were coming back in. And I think Reggie shunted us here somehow.
All eyes turned toward the jar baby.
I'm sorry, what was that? What? You said something about shunting? I don't know anything about that.
Well, Reg, how did we get here? How did you get in there?
I've always...
Don't start with that shit again.
I stopped myself. I stopped myself. I don't want to, let's say, frighten anyone, but I think I might have dreamt. I've been dreaming. Remember dreams?
Yeah.
And those things are real and they happen. And I just needed a place for all of us to be together. And that's where we are.
Planted some trees. I mean, this is
anything.
pretty dark.
I just kind of we just came in. I didn't add anything. This is I don't really have a great set of answers for you, other than I thought it would be better if we were all together again on this journey.
Mr. Reggie,
all,
do you
all
believe
of which
that
is true.
this
Now,
is
I don't know if Reggie's going to actually say this to you or if he's holding back deliberately, but to Reggie, subjectively, this place feels totally real. It feels just as real as home Earth used to feel to big adult bald Reggie, right? This feels like the real one, and all that other stuff, you do remember it. But that's what feels like a dream.
Sure, and yes, every I don't think I think we all home. Does that help?
Mr. Reggie, do you believe that you created this universe, or is it an already existing universe that you found and brought us here?
I think what you want to hear from me is that it is an already existing universe, and we have brought each other here.
I want to hear what you believe the truth is. And at this point, Trae is making unnatural eye contact with you.
Right, and Reggie's absolutely avoiding the eye contact and making very shifty eye contact with Ulla, and trying to just completely avoid eye contact with Nash.
Ulla, do not worry. I believe that I am also the manifestation of someone's dream. So it is not, it should not be off-putting that you are the same potentially.
It's probably the most off-putting way to put that. This is real. Okay? This is real.
All right. So Ulla and the baby believe this is real. And the others, not so sure.
I'm here. We're all here. And we're all very fortunate to have run into Ulla to help us sort of be here. And we're all here together, and everything is... all of that nonsense from before is a fractured dreamscape, and now we're here.
But where's here, Reg? Like what timeline are we in? I mean,
it's the only timeline. This is the timeline.
This is the Earth we left.
This is the Earth we left, but it's also the one that we destroyed, and it quite possibly might be the one that I created. But it is the real one. Does any of that help?
Like his head drops and he's like, no, it doesn't.
Reggie looks for a door to walk out of. I can't
Because
do.
Ulla said, and Reggie noted, she had no idea what day tripping was. No idea who Zion Diaspora was. No idea about slip space. None of that ever happened. So it's kind of like that was a dream, like maybe an escapist fantasy that someone dreamed up to try to get out of this terrible ending.
Let me try this. Do you remember all of those times when I was experimenting with my brain? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
When I was doing it, all of that, and I was going in and out of different things, and I was connecting to all sorts of different things. Well, I don't want to sort of I believe I may have lost myself somewhere in there.
But you were, you were with us the whole time. I mean, we could. It was a whole lifetime. I mean, Zion Diaspora, the day tripping bento chip.
Well, I mean, no. Well, I can't. Hey, so do you remember any of Dark Matter?
I do. Shadow guns. We went into
Shadow Guns. So
we went in to rescue Susie.
Do you know if there's an organization here called Dark Matter? Have you ever heard of that, Ulla?
Have I heard?
That's a brains roll for Ulla. Beat of 4.
Nope. No idea.
Okay, so brains roll for Reggie, Nash, and Trae? No, just Nash and Trae.
Okay.
6, baby.
6.
Okay, so you guys know that until they opened up their slip space division, for which you were employed, they really were kind of a low-profile organization. It's kind of like Blackwater before Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Kind of like private security, special ops type stuff.
Well, global
Paramilitary.
Even bodyguarding services, military and celebrity security.
So we got mixed up with Scylla.
So there's a chance, So there's a chance they exist in this world, and just Ulla hasn't heard of them because they keep a low profile.
Okay, all right.
I do believe, regardless, when running multiple simulations of a program, it is very important for the AI to believe that what they are doing in that particular moment is reality, or else they may deviate from their programming. So regardless of whether or not this is a dream world or not, as you said, Mr. Reggie, it is real enough. It is the reality that we find ourselves in at this moment. And until we are proven otherwise, I believe that we should treat it as such.
I agree.
What do we do then? Like, do we stay here? Do we try to get home? Can you he kind of like wiggles his fingers at his head. Can you like zonk us back?
I believe we should do what we can to survive. And I believe Ulla has the best chance at assisting us in that.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
I was going to, that was Trae is correct. I was going to offer up that, this is real. We are in a real place. And I think that our best bet is to listen to Ulla when it comes to the best way to proceed to survive, until we are presented with something that seems, wrong. and then kind of deal with it from there.
So everybody then turns to Ulla.
And as everybody turns to Ulla, I'd like to get a psych roll from Reggie.
Oh God. So I'm trying to like say everything and say nothing. I don't know if you're catching my.
I think everything you say makes perfect sense.
My foundering. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here's my psych roll. Well, my highest roll is a 6. Friendship is magic.
Oh yeah. So
Am I adding nothing? Just a straight roll.
So everybody turns to look at Ulla, and you turn to look at Ulla, and you realize that there is one thing that you haven't actually told everybody yet. Because this Ulla person, she belongs here just as much as the rest of you.
Yeah.
She's not an accident. She's always been here too. She's part of this.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Ulla feels just as real to you as Nash and Trae.
Yes.
And you yourself. She feels to you like you've known her for a long time and can totally trust her. She's part of the story. She's part of the team.
That's
Maybe
the thing
nobody
I haven't
remembers that. Yeah, you haven't said that out loud because, like, she wasn't in any of the stuff that you remember from before. She wasn't there with Dark Matter. She wasn't there for Nash and his affair with Scylla. It's like she missed that whole reality. But now that you're here, you feel like this is real. She wasn't in that one, but she's always been on the team.
Yes. So I don't know if I want to say that right now, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that's what I'm. Here's what I'm going to just leave it. I'm going to leave it like this, and I know this is not great, but we need to sort of. We need to listen to Ulla about what we're supposed to be doing, and I would ask that you just trust the idea that yes, this is real. There is nothing. This is home, if you will, regardless of what you might remember, and there's nothing to go to right now. We are here, and this is real.
Look, man. You know I trust you with my life. So I mean, whatever you say, we'll make our way through this. Ulla, do you? I mean, 3 fucking guys that just fell out of the sky. I mean, I don't know how you feel about having us tag along with you. I know you said you had some kind of trouble on your own. If we're here, we can help you as much as we can. I mean, you've already helped us a ton, so I mean, we owe you.
Well, this is very complex. I just want to throw this out there. This was not how I woke up this morning, and I had no idea. So you're going to have to give me a few minutes while I try to process the fact that I might be someone's dream. But barring that, if we just all assume that this is all real and reality is real, because that's breaking my brain so that I can't. So you were sent here for some reason, and it seems as though if I were just looking at it from the outside, let's just spitball a few things. Something went wrong. It sounds like perhaps something went wrong, and this might be some sort of shard version of reality that you weren't supposed to be in. It's my reality, and maybe it's not supposed to be a reality, or maybe it is. I don't know. But I'm perfectly willing to help you, but you have to understand, I'm hunted. They really want me dead or captured, some version there. And so you're sort of like, I mean, I just got kicked out of the last place I was at. I mean, I appreciate all of your offers, but I don't really want to put your lives in danger.
Well, we have that in common then. We were hunted in a manner of speaking ourselves before. Kind of waves his hands absently. All of this.
We had a alive or dead bounty upon our heads, except for Mr. Reggie. He was specifically to be brought in alive.
And then Nash was like, and I almost fucking killed him anyway. And then he kind of he like settles himself back down.
Hey guys, you should have seen the other guys, right? No.
But we are used to this.
We had a pretty rough go before this.
Is someone actively hunting you now?
Oh no, they are dead. At least
he's
in
dead
a
in that
couple of
one
reality.
Here's what I'd like to offer about that.
I got very mixed responses. Each of you had a very different response to that question.
Which was a natural sort of course we did. Because that was, that's what this whole thing was like. So I think what we're very comfortable in a situation of one or all of us being hunted to the death.
All right.
And so it's sort of a natural sort of process for us to just fit into.
Mm-hmm.
And, it probably, as far as how we ended up here, I mean, whatever, but I don't believe it was an accident that we've sort of found you again. I think it's sort of a thing that just is natural.
Use the word again.
Yeah, Trae tweaked at that too.
No, what? I'm sorry, what?
You said again.
I can't hear you through the glass. It's
You're
a thing.
lying to me.
It's not
she knocks on the little glass.
It's
Like,
so fucking loud. Oh,
you're lying. Which was again.
I don't think you're supposed to knock on the glass like that.
We can't hear you, Todd.
You're muted, Todd.
Oh.
Right at that moment, I think that's the perfect place to spiral the camera up and out as the conversation goes round and round. Go ahead and share my window because it's been a long night and the sun is coming up again and it's kind of beautiful. And you hear this sort of a whirring sound in the distance. And then you see going off toward the sun, the silhouette of the Terminationer dangling under a medical drone, bearing him back to the north, back to the city. And we're going to stop right there.
Dig it.
So it's all been explained.
Kind of.
It's all totally clear now, right? It's fine.
That was what you had in mind, right, John? About the conversation about what's
I mean,
going on
that's
here?
about as well as I figured he was going to go.
I think so.
Okay.
Good. That was perfect.
So no more questions.
Yeah, I think Ulla has the beginnings of a plan in her mind, but she'll have to.
Just kill us all while we're sleeping.
No.
I'll take first shift.
Fuck this. I can't. Whether these three just out. Yeah.
No, she's getting a bit of a plan in her head, so we'll see where it goes from there, I guess. Oh my gosh. At some point she just kind of is like, I just whatever.
That's the appropriate
We all
response.
feel like that sometimes. But I think it's time for post show, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Sounds good. So I was glad that we at least got to, like, in character, kind of try to relay 3 seasons of, like...
Not easy.
I mean, the reactions that we had when all 3 of us reacted differently.
I mean, so like in our original reality, sure, he's alive still, but like then there was the 3rd reality we went to where Trae threw him out of a van, so he's dead in that one.
Mm-hmm.
So he's alive and dead.
He's Schrodinger's somnambula. What the fuck's his
There you
name?
go.
Cordoba.
Unless that guy was from a different reality, so you didn't kill the one from the reality we were in.
Yeah, but one of them.
Let's leave it to Reggie to mess everything up.
One of them's dead. All right.
Right.
Yeah. So in a nutshell, the first episode, Nash and his friend Fitch were sent on a day trip to retrieve some information in a dream world. So we did that. As it turns out, we find out that they went to Nash's girlfriend Susie's dream world. So when they came back, she was all fucked up. So we were trying to suss that out. So
didn't we also go while she was like actively dreaming?
I don't know if she was dreaming or not, but we came back and she was almost kind of like zombified.
You removed data from her head or from the computer in the dream world that metaphorically was her memory.
And that started this whole thing with this Cordoba guy that's been through like 3 seasons. So we wound up going back and, we found out that, she had an abortion and she didn't tell him. And like, she was a little bit younger. She was still
350-foot baby.
There was a huge baby. There was talking plants. It was horrible. And then we kind of moved past that, but then like the Somnambula guys were trying to kill Fitch and Nash, and then Fitch disappeared because Vince fucked off. And then, John came in, so we brought Reggie in, and Jesse was still playing a character named Chip, who was an actor who was tagging along with us to like, he was going to play a role of a day tripper. So he was trying to get the lingo. So like had the cigar and like the leather jacket or whatever the fuck. So we wound up going on all these missions with Chip, and Reggie got Chip addicted to Zoom Zoom, and he eventually went insane. We got a job with Dark Matter, and we were, doing some day tripping, but we were also like security for Scylla Sardassian, who's like Kim Kardashian, although the pun is right there, but Todd said it was Paris Hilton. I don't know, whatever.
She's actually in my mind, she's a fusion of the two. She's
okay.
She's a Kardashian and Paris Hilton mashed together.
So Nash winds up in a relationship with her. And then, like, that's a whole thing. But that, at some point they go into Somnambula to rescue Susie. But then they're
like a stiffy. You're going right over that.
Oh yeah, well, that's whatever.
For best erotic new male performer, I can't believe you skipped that detail.
I mean, that's not really relevant to the overall story.
Depends on what kind of story you're telling.
It was a big night for you, Nash. Don't sell yourself short.
So we were
short,
like,
but I'm pumped.
The upper.
I didn't even
like the upper echelon, right? So we were like making huge bank. We're working for these big companies. We're going on all these crazy missions and shit. And at some point, we had the cat guy thing, and we're taking Scylla all these different places. She winds up jumping in because we didn't do something as fast as she wanted or whatever, and she gets lost in the universal cow, which is like sort of the center of this multiverse. It's like the birth of the energy and like all the shit and whatever. And I think when we went in there, things were never right after that. And then Reggie almost got killed twice. Chip was committed, so Trae came in, and he was like working a double. He was like a fucking double agent. He came in as what the fuck?
Declan Layla.
Yeah, Declan Layla. And he was like playing two sides of the thing, and Reggie was like experimenting with brain stimulation technologies and like all this crazy shit. Like it's been a just a clusterfuck coming into the end.
Interest because Trae doesn't forget a goddamn thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All the way back to the episode where Trae was created and introduced. The thing he was told to watch for was that Reggie had unusual mental powers, and that he should particularly pay attention to Reggie's dreams. So Trae knew that before he even met Reggie, and he's known it this whole time.
So there's been distance between Nash and Trae because his mission was to protect Reggie, and Nash and Reggie are super, 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 super close. And Trae came on at the end and then has like murdered a couple of people. That's why it's like bad dog because he's very literal. So
well, listen, Ulla is not going to feel that way because she's going to be like, this is the place where you sometimes just needed to kill some fuckers. So,
Right?
Trae's gonna fit
Like,
right
Trae
in.
feels
You're gonna-
super at home here. Like,
Yeah,
this
he's
is
like,
it,
this is your place.
right?
He's like,
But
that
yeah, that's
guy's
awesome. So-
beautiful.
Yeah,
Right?
he's been here the whole time.
Of course.
But yeah, no. So with Trae telling about how he thinks he's a dream, like the manifestation of a dream, is because, and I think me and Todd have talked about this, but so we've periodically jumped to other realities, right? I think we've been to like 5 at this point, maybe.
Hoping each time that the next leap will be
Right?
the
Yeah,
one.
right. But
Yeah.
in every other reality, Trae doesn't exist.
Mhm.
Like Trae Mowaka is not a person. And so I'm pretty sure that we ran into a guy named Frank who kind of pulled us into his reality and all that kind of stuff. So Trae's pretty sure he's just a manifestation of Frank's. And so he doesn't actually exist. So
Crazy.
Yeah, dreams within dreams within dreams, and the 3-card Monty keeps on moving and moving, and nobody knows what's real. Is basically what's going on. But Trae, you know, I mean, while Reggie's given the little monologue that he gave earlier tonight, it might just sort of pop to your mind as like that's the very first thing you ever learned about Reggie was keep an eye on those dreams.
oh yeah.
Mhm.
And Nash is having none of it. Everything was real. We were home. Something got fucked up.
I mean, Ulla is just looking at it as like alternate realities that have somehow bled into each other, and she thinks that there's some sort of experiment going on in the city, and obviously something has gone awry, and that is what has caused all of these like you know, reality breaks or whatever.
Mhm.
And so everything's very like sort of concrete to her, you know, and so she takes all of this with a bit of a grain of salt. She's like, sure.
Yeah. Until you have concrete proof that there's
I know,
otherwise.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you do
These
have
guys are
reality
just kind of
fractures.
crazy.
You do have reality fractures in this world, and stuff comes in and out, and
Mhm.
maybe more than just people. Maybe, you know, energy. Who knows what comes in and out through all the portals that you never see.
Mhm.
If reality is falling apart, then stuff like this, I'm gesturing toward the baby in a jar, might just be par for the course.
Mhm. Yeah. She just wants to figure out why it's happening so she can stop it.
Yeah.
She's like, results are interesting. I'm
Yeah.
interested, but
Yeah.
but in fact, I would just like to stop it.
We have some experience with that. So maybe.
Yeah.
I would say you have some experience with failing to stop it. You've got a lot of
Sure.
experience.
Well, yeah, but if Mouse Guard taught me anything, you learn from your failures more than your successes.
Okay.
So
I'll buy that.
And we didn't have our full team when we were doing it. So
That's
true.
true.
See?
And I think that like there's obviously something interesting going on in our various backgrounds, and like some of the names that you guys were dropping today, like she's gonna be like, okay, now I need to find out about these people.
Yeah.
She's like cataloging in her head, like, oh, I need to know about them, and who's that, and what do you mean those people aren't on my radar? Like she's not happy that she didn't recognize that name that you mentioned. So
nice.
That-
Okay.
that
Yeah.
must be fixed. She's like, obviously they're at the root problem of all of this.
That's a
Right.
good thread to try to, work the puzzle a little bit, is to identify where, if they're even in this particular reality, what they are doing,
Right.
Yeah.
Why are they not at the forefront?
Yeah, exactly.
Because
It
there is
probably
no
just means they're
forefront.
hiding it, which means they're
Either
up to
I am-
something terrible.
Yeah.
Right.
It really seems, as much as, I mean, you don't have anywhere near enough data to make a conclusive statement, but it seems like either Zion Diaspora doesn't exist and was never born in this world,
Mhm,
or he didn't invent day tripping.
mhm.
So he never got famous.
Or he did invent it, but it never went public.
That's why we have the Night Tripper demons. I have that capitalized and highlighted
And
Yeah.
you should.
Yeah.
because the Terminationer said that out loud.
Which is
You've
super
seen 'em, man. They
weird.
took the
Yeah.
fucking dog.
Yeah.
He was an interesting fellow. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes. So lots of threads to pull on. So she's just assuming that there's information that she doesn't know. And she's a bit of a bloodhound. So now that she has a scent, she's like, okay.
Yes.
Nice.
And for what it's worth, I would say that you all, in most likelihood tonight, picked up an enemy. You picked up a very confused, hormone crazed 19-year-old.
No, wait. See, I think he may be pissed at us, but I don't think he would be a full-scale enemy because we left his pets. And I did that on purpose.
True.
If we had taken his pets, that is like, okay, you are a full-scale enemy of mine. But if you like just take somebody's like tent and gear and send them home, that's annoying, and you'd be mad, but not near as mad.
Yeah, well, I was trying to downplay it, I guess, but basically, it's a lot like you have made a small dog kind of upset.
Well, that's just cute, you know?
Right?
Oh, he's
It's
so
like
upset.
it's like when your kid gets really upset and you're like, oh man, it's adorable. Like
Stop laughing.
Yeah.
But you
They're
can't
like
say
taking
that.
little swings at you,
Right,
and you're holding them
exactly,
back
yeah, you
with
can't
one
tell 'em.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You have to be like, okay, you have big feelings right now, don't you? Yep. Very big feelings. I understand those.
Yeah, you have to act serious without trying to smile. Yep.
Yep. I'm not. Yes, feelings are real. Yep.
Maybe that's what I should do at work.
What?
Maybe that's what I should
You're
do
having
at
some
work.
feelings right now, aren't you, big guy? Yeah.
Probably work better than just yelling at my boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all having big feelings right now.
That machine is just not liking you today, is it?
Oh my god.
Yes.
Too funny.
Well, that was fun.
Very fun.
Well, Ulla hasn't killed us yet, so Nash is going to chalk that up as a win.
Mhm.
Or attempted to.
She's in a difficult position. I mean, it's always easier and better to try and survive in a terrible situation with other people who can help you.
Right?
So, on
You
the one
always
hand,
need people you can outrun.
yes, that's
That's a good
but yeah, she considers herself to be a pretty good liability because obviously she's being actively hunted, and she feels guilty that you kind of like showed up in the middle of that, and so there's a lot of complex feelings that kind of go with it, but I mean, she needs the help, so she's not going to be like, no, don't help me, I'm going to do it by myself.
Oh yeah. There's a scene coming up. It might be the next episode or the one beyond that. Because things have been moving very, very fast. So the last 3 sessions really accounted for just, like a few hours of time. And then we zoomed through that night to the morning while you had a conversation. But it's still all very new and all very chaotic right now. And it's going to take a minute before we get that scene where Ulla has actually figured out how she feels about all of this. I think it makes perfect sense that she doesn't yet know how she feels about all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's a lot going on. She is definitely sort of just rolling with it at this point because she has to, sort of survival.
I'll be honest, Trae cannot wait till he gets back into the city. He is very much a city boy and does not want to deal with any of this.
Without your augmented reality, you're like, oh shit.
Right. I think once we're resting, he's first thing he's doing is getting that hotspot up and going, and just he needs
connecting. Just getting on.
So.
Well, Ulla doesn't know it yet, but once Nash is committed, then it's on. Like it's ride or die after that, right? So like once we reach that spot,
Yeah.
then yeah.
Well,
Nash is going to do the thing, and then his dad is going to be sorry.
Yeah, once you become part of the team. Although I guess that's not necessarily true because Trae's part of the team, but there's still a little bit of
Yeah.
Trae is a what is it? A
loose
contractual member of the team.
It's like,
Well,
He's
the
on
thing
the
is that Trae was sent in to surveil Reggie, and the two of them spent more time together. There was one of their very first conversations. They sat out on a stakeout all night, having talks about Reggie's dreams. And in that episode, John looked up and he was describing how he had a dream of Orion shooting his arrow and hitting him straight in the head. And then 2 hours later, in that very same session, he got shot, and I rolled it, and it was in his head.
So it all worked out.
Nash went a little crazy that night.
Yeah.
Interesting synchronicity. So in a weird way, Reggie and Trae have had a chance to bond, and Trae has come clean up who he really is, and Reggie accepts that. But Nash never had that with Trae. He never had that moment. So instead, he's kind of like, okay, I believe you're telling us the truth now, but you still did lie to us the whole time.
Mhm. And he keeps killing everybody.
Listen, this is the place to do that. Sorry. I don't
Right?
think
Don't
it's
tell
going
him
to improve.
We have to keep that part a secret for a little while longer.
This is not the place to improve his ratio, is all I'm saying. This reality might not be the one. Matter of fact, this might be the one where you're like, actually, maybe it's okay.
Yeah, you're off the chain. You're off the chain, Trae. You're off it.
Yep.
Do it.
Outside, it's like a dog in the park, right? As long as you're outside the city, he's off the leash. It's fine.
Yeah.
Nash is going to have an
This
ulcer by the end
reality
of the
is the
season.
one where ice cream is dinner.
Yeah.
You just got to get that ice cream truck to start coming around your house again, and then it's going to make perfect sense.
Oh, Mr. Frosty, he'll be around.
He'll be around. Okay, excellent.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That'll be funny. We're in the middle of a burning apocalypse, and
Yeah.
a fucking ice cream truck rolls
Yep.
by.
Yep.
Best ice cream you ever had in your life.
Oh, Mr. Frosty is the best. In
Well,
every
now I know what
reality.
to put in the back. Now I know what to put in the background of the picture.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, honestly, if this was drawn by Mobius, there'd be something like that, a little joke in the background.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, so, I mean, I guess we're going to find out soon enough, but is there like a dome over the, like, is the city as shitty as it is out here, or do they have like air filtration that's like some sort of a dome? Is it?
They do. There's a giant dome over. I think I have a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had mentioned it a few times that there's a dome city in the distance.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking, oh, we could take the fucking tunnel in, but the tunnel's not finished.
Well, we could take the tunnel probably to get a lot closer without getting caught.
Right.
There it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was the Terminationer giving us that info, so we could probably find out for ourselves.
Right.
Mhm.
I'm convinced. There has to be some connection from the tunnel to the city.
There might be.
I mean, at this point, there could be if they left the drill, right?
Right. I mean, that's not to say too that like the mole people haven't dug
Continued.
their own little tunnels like subversively into the city.
Sure.
You know they have those. You know.
Right.
Well, they've got a boring machine. They've got trained personnel.
I think it
And
sounds
they've
pretty exciting to me.
2 years to do
Yeah.
whatever the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the good thing in 2 years is they probably haven't mutated into any, like they're probably still
Probably.
human. So that's, I mean, you know, that's probably okay.
Yeah, I don't think they're not mole people. They're actually they're city workers. They're laborers.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And they're the people who were using the equipment to dig the tunnel anyway. So
Right.
Yeah, I think Ulla's excited or interested anyway in meeting them
Mhm.
because for one thing, she's going to be intrigued. Like, okay, you stayed out here. You didn't actually go back to the city. In 2 years, you could have gone back to the city. Why didn't you?
Maybe that's why they didn't finish the tunnel, because they didn't want to.
Ooh.
So she's just intrigued about like what were the circumstances there and why, and what was this prison labor, and they didn't want to go back because that's basically returning to your
probably overthrew.
Judging what Ulla knows of Ubiqua City, that is not a unlikely guess. That's actually a fairly likely guess.
Yeah, that's what she's kind of thinking in her head. So
Nice.
Yeah, but was it cheaper to leave them then than come back and kill them or scoop them back up? Right?
They weren't important enough.
The world went to shit, and the reality fractures started happening, and they just sort of closed that city up.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I keep forgetting that the reality fractures are that new. Yeah, because it meshed with our timeline for when things got fucked up. Yeah, so she's interested to meet them because she just feels like that it could be a positive relationship. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, evidently they're stable. I mean, they've been alive out here for 2 years. And Ken, our buddy Ken, said they had a whole town down there.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
There's something I was going to ask. I don't remember what it is now. Sorry. Late night brain.
It'll come to you when you're trying to fall asleep.
The answer is Urslinger. His last name was Urslinger.
Yes.
You can see why he chose to take a moniker, though. I mean, nobody fears Ken Urslinger.
No.
I remember what it was. So overnight while they're sleeping, she's going to attempt to use her cyber clairvoyance because she wants to check on her friends and make sure that they survived and got out.
I think that's good, and I think we'll probably start off the next episode with that because I don't know for sure if Nash and Trae are going to sleep.
Sure.
Do I sleep?
Oh, you sleep a lot.
Like a baby.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
You drift in and out all the time.
I dream. Figure that I dream all the time, so
Yeah.
I never sleep.
Well, you kind of drift in and out all day long, though. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah,
like a baby.
Cat.
mhm.
I'll just take my little Reggie naps, and that'll be good. Oh, it gives a whole new meaning to nappies, right? Comanaprosil. I'm addicted to actual nappy now.
And you know what? The British word for a diaper is a nappy, and you have diapers as a recurring theme as well.
Yeah.
So it really does all tie together for you.
Thank you, Fitch, for that. Yeah. I don't have one on now, though. That'd be ridiculous. That would be
You're naked as a jaybird right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You're waving in the wind.
Yeah, just a little baby.
I mean, it all comes in and out of the artificial umbilical cord anyway. So
True.
you're fine.
It's true. Yeah.
Although don't they say by the time a baby's born, they're swimming in like 20% urine or something? So
There's a filtration system. Hey, it's magical.
It's not magic.
I don't know if that's.
Yep.
Nash is already trying to figure out how he's going to get diapers for you.
Oh my god! Oh no! What have you done?
The Super Uterus 3000.
Oh my god! Now there needs to be. I shouldn't say. There doesn't need to be a drawing of Nash changing Reggie. We don't need that.
Oh, we never have to worry about that.
We don't have to ever do that. Talk about it or think about it ever again.
Look, you've bathed me. It's my. I'm going to return the favor now.
That was out of friend love. That was what that was.
As is this.
And you would have done the same for me if I was in your position.
Don't worry about it.
Again, we don't have to think about it, worry about it, or even talk about it ever again.
ever again.
Don't you pee on me when I'm changing you.
It's enough that we have to imagine the baby penis now. Let's just draw the line.
We didn't.
As far as I'm concerned, in Jesse's mental image, there's always like bubbles or something over that area.
Yeah.
Yes, and of course Mobius would draw that too.
Right.
Yeah.
You need to be able to sell this thing in the States over the counter.
I mean, and you know that if there was, I mean, it would be a literal wave of piss if that was what was happening. If you were changing me, you can't dodge that.
Yeah, but the jar takes care of all input and output. You don't have to
Right. Yeah.
Was that the first? I think that was the first time Reggie ever lucid dreamed, right? The piss wave.
I think the first time it was I made the big hole that all the rats fell into.
That's right.
And then I slammed it shut. Yeah.
Okay,
and then
so I
I
got some experience points for you all, and this is celebration time. Nash, you made more than anybody else this time.
What?
That's a first.
Yes.
So 3.
No.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of action. 3 for Nash, 1 for Trae, 2 for Reggie, 2 for Ulla.
That's craziness.
All right, so I got 10 last game and 2 this game.
Didn't I give you? No. I think you had 13 from last game.
You had
I
a
remember
lot.
seeing it
I wrote down 10.
in the Discord.
Was that the game before?
Maybe because I'm gonna check the Discord because you were way ahead. Because it was because of you that you saved all the other members of the clan, so you get a point for each one of them for saving their life.
So it must have been the game before. So 10, 2, and then some number I don't know. Must not have written it down last
We're
time.
about to find out.
I was kind of tired last time, so that sounds like something I would do.
No. Actually, we didn't do it in game. I came back later and posted it in the Discord.
Okay.
And I'm logging in Discord now because I have to log in everything because I did a hard reboot. So it's taking me a minute, but I'm pretty sure I remember the number 13 for you.
110. That's how many points I got.
Nice.
Unspent?
I'm joking.
You got me.
Yeah, you got me all right. I'm like, it's hard to see that, but geez, maybe
it's not out of the question. Because
it's
that's
13 for you.
Literally what you gave killing all the rat people that time.
What?
But that was close to what you literally gave me when I killed all the rat people also long ago.
Oh, well, yeah.
So
for each foe you defeat.
Yeah.
For each foe you defeat and each friend you save, you get 1 XP. And that's with a maximum of 100. And so it has happened to you guys once before where you saved the whole world.
That's right.
And you got 100 XP.
That's right.
All right, so I
gypped on
think
that
that
one.
brings me up to a total of 55. 'Cause I had
Nice.
some leftover after.
Yeah, you can buy something useful with that.
Yeah, I had some leftover after character creation that I didn't spend because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with some of the points. But okay.
And I will remind you because I always have to remind people, and we still always forget. Once per session, every player may call for a character development scene, and in a character development scene, you may even spend points to pick up a skill that we didn't know you had until just that minute.
Okay.
But in theory, you've had it all along. We do a little flashback. We explain how you picked it up in the past, and then jump back up to the present again. You can always do that once per session.
Okay. Cool.
And it doesn't have to be about skills either. It can be about a flash of insight, like what it really is. If you ever watch the old Kung Fu TV series, Kwai Chang Caine would be in some desperate situation, and he'd sort of go into a meditation and he'd go into a trance, and he'd have a vision. It would go back to when he was training, at the dojo, and his master is, sensei would say something very wise, and then boom, back up to the present,
Yeah.
and he realizes that's the clue to the puzzle that's going to get him out of here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's for. So it could be like the moment of inspiration that you remember the thing that's going to help you now.
Yeah.
Or it can be literally buying a skill that you've always had, but you just never mentioned it before.
Gotcha. It's just never been used until right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Those are so fun, though. I like those. Those are good. Little character
Mhm.
development scenes, little flashbacks.
All right. Well, I need to go to bed so I can work.
Yes.
Thank you so very much for letting us use your RV too.
Oh yeah. I mean, and we didn't even get any puke on it. I feel like that's an accomplishment.
Well, we
We
two
should
little
get
laser
5
holes.
XP each for that
Right.
alone.
and not even very much blood, like just the smallest amount.
Just a
It
little
was
bit.
good.
Yeah.
Right? Just what trickled out of his mouth after his head hit the linoleum.
The linoleum is easy to clean, though, so it just wiped right.
It
out.
is. Just wipe it up.
That's why they
Alright.
still use it 100 years in the future.
Yeah.
It's lasting forever, so you might as well. All right. Good night, guys. Thank you.
Good
night.
Thanks, Leslie. We'll see you.
Later.
Sweet. Yeah, right.
Good stuff.
Awesome.
Dig it.
This is creepy and cool, and it works perfectly.
Agreed.
You guys are like, when we started playing and I had this sort of typical DayTrippers campaign in my head, and you took it so seriously and so dark, and it went so many places I never expected it to, ultimately leading me to realize that core could be pulled out of DayTrippers and used for like any genre at all. But in order to test that, of course, you want to play test stuff. And there's nothing as just like over the top as Reggie's lucid dreaming capability. And so that's where I think like the wedge, the foot in the door, where I started going, really, how far could you go? How far could you push this narrative freedom thing? Like without literally breaking the game. And you can't really break the game because there's nothing the player can do that the GM can't undo or overdo or whatever. And it's really Reggie and the fact that you guys have been willing to go along with such weird reality bending shit. Because this is me testing how far can we go? How far can I push this thing? And the answer is really, really fucking far. You can give your players all sorts of creative freedom. You can give them magic. They're not going to break your game. You just have to be flexible enough to go with whatever comes out and then run in that direction. Just like that gyroscope thing I was talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta say, having like no physical capability is messing with me a little bit. In a good way. I like it, but it almost like before it was like I had an option of, all right, I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna do a crazy flip and shoot a gun and blah blah blah. Now it's like I can't do that anymore. I have to. Yeah, it's playing with my mind a little bit, so I have to. I'll probably try to go a little crazier, just intentionally crazier because that's all I can do right now. So it's it'll be fun. Baby wizard.
So far, and it's probably because of the past. There's like it's kind of rare when you're in a place where you can do the lucid dreaming, and then you come back to Earth and you can't, and so it's like a special circumstance, right? But now, I mean, you do have to make the roll,
right? Yeah.
It seems like you're in home Earth, but at the same time, you can make stuff happen. So I think that it wouldn't take long for you to just start. Well, now I would like to see a movie, and boom, now you're watching a movie, and now I would like for there to be dancing girls, and boom, there's dancing girls. You just start doing whatever you want.
I have to put myself in that mindset. Like I actually need to. I'm gonna have to think about this a little bit. I might have to take some time before session starts to get into like a certain mindset because I actually tonight I actually sat and my mind went right to I could do like a fairy fire thing and that'd be cool. And I don't like that. I know. I mean, I guess, I mean, it's
Well, it's funny,
functional.
as soon as you brought up, like, locating all of the killbots around us and everything, the very first thing my mind went to was Fairy Fire.
Yeah. Well, I
That was the
had another thing because I was trying to hone in on that -2 everybody was getting. So I was thinking, like, I got to get rid of that -2. Like, maybe they're
Makes
so
sense.
tiny. Maybe I'll blow them up to like 3 times the size or whatever. That'll be great. I'll make monster bots because that seemed like a way, sort of like a Reggie way to try to help, but at the same
That would've
time
scared the
creating a
fuck out of
different
everybody.
issue. Yeah. Right. So it hit me too late. But I gotta get in that, getting those juices flowing.
Well, you know what? I think it was a great idea, tactically speaking, because you were trying to reduce the -2, which is tactically the best thing you could have done for your team.
Mhm.
It just worked out that by the time that actually happened,
Right.
you're already starting to figure out that this guy isn't really a threat.
Yeah, I gotta get there faster. Is what I ended up thinking about myself.
Well, no, I mean, I
tonight.
think you were there, and it was your, it just took you a couple of frames to get there because of what you were doing.
You left me
But,
on
like,
the table.
Yeah, like you were on time. Like I don't think that you were lagging behind in any respect. It's just eventually the narrative kind of
Yeah, it was
like
clear that
that moment.
we
You
weren't
know, and it
going
worked out
against.
really well, because I felt a
Magneto.
little bit bad that, like, Reggie, yeah, he's like landlocked, right? He's in the jar, and when the action happens outside. Everybody runs outside,
Yeah,
and Reggie's left sitting there on the table.
I
and
do.
I
I
was
like
Yeah.
that though. I like that because I think it's a
Well,
funny
I think it's
thing.
hysterical. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's hysterical. But part of me, like, thinking of you as a player, part of me felt a little bit bad, and I was
I'm
so
good.
happy when Ken walks in to the RV, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna see Reggie. We need to make a psyche roll, right?
Nice.
So and he's got a psyche of 2. So I rolled 2 dice, both 6s. I was so happy. He just sat right down next to you, like, "Hey, bro, how's
Yeah.
it going?"
I like that though because it was like, oh, I mean, there are other babies in a jar in other places, and you've seen this. Interesting.
Yeah, but those look
It's
more like
good.
big martini shakers. They don't have glass
Right.
and the fancy
Yeah,
bronze like
A
yours.
self-contained life support system for a tiny baby. Yeah, but that also took me a minute. I had thought I was just like a motionless fetus type situation. But now that I know that I can move around and make
I don't
crazy.
know. Who knows? Maybe when you first came into this world, 36 hours ago, you were a motionless fetus.
True. Maybe I'm growing. That's right.
That's not a terrible
Yes.
idea.
Is my mouth is moving when I speak.
Yeah.
I assume
Okay.
so.
That's madness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Not only
like
that,
it.
I mean, remember that. Actually, I got to picture this as a cartoon. It's so hard to picture as real that I go straight to Mobius and Heavy Metal. I picture it as a cartoon, and this baby, he's speaking with a gruff male grown up voice, and he does the facial gestures and everything
Okay,
that
good.
Reggie would do, but he's a baby.
Yes.
It reminds me of, what was it, Baby Herman from Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh yeah.
He's like
With
a
the
little
cigar,
baby,
yeah.
but he has like the tough, like New York accent, smoking a cigar. And
Yeah. That was good.
Well, you can't smoke in there. That's one thing you can't.
true, yeah.
That's why I like the idea of when I was fumbling through the explanation that wasn't an explanation. About what was going on, like just the idea of like wringing my hands inside the jar, trying to find a place to hide, and there's nowhere to hide.
Uh-huh.
So I was liking that. That was fun.
Yeah. And it just dawned on me now that with another player, I might have to worry about the fact that you're naked and everybody sees you there. But with Reggie, I'm not worried at all. Reggie,
Yeah, we've all seen naked babies running around.
Yeah.
well, we've all seen naked Reggie running around. He
That's
doesn't
true.
care.
Yeah, that's right. It's all over the place.
No shame on this man.
Good stuff.
Too funny.
Yeah. I think we've done it again.
We did it. And we will continue to do it. So off to the mole people.
So we do not
Yes.
do we not have like any outro bit anymore, like official outro, or just gonna do that later?
we kind of rolled right into post show, so
Oh, we didn't do the whole
just didn't do
show
it.
screen.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
Do
doing
it now
there.
and edit it in.
I don't even know that there's. It doesn't matter. But buy the core stuff and like do the things and
Join the Patreon.
Buy the core stuff, do the
There you
things.
go.
Yeah.
there's a bunch of links. I don't know.
Go click
whatever.
on them.
Click on a random link and maybe
Click
do
on.
what it brings you to,
Yeah,
or
do what
not.
it says. Awesome.
There you go. You can use that as the outro.
Marketing.
Yeah.
Marketing. There.
You have to promise me to tack all that together and use that as the outro. You have to.
We get some flashing lights and like some thrumming underneath, so it's like
Right?
a fucking
Yes.
Use
Oh yeah,
your
and it's just
complete
use Todd going
injected
marketing over
then
and
end
over
with
and over.
Todd's hypnosis.
All right, kids. I think that's it.
All
That'll
right.
do.
That'll do, donkey.
That'll do, donkey. That'll do.
All
And
right.
I'm out of here.
Have a good night, guys.
Out of here.
All right.
We'll
Good
see ya.
night.
Bye.
See ya.